Yeah, this that get out of my DMs type song. If that makes sense to you. I mean, you know who you are. Get out of my DMs, please. I talk slow, she talk bad. I'm like, whoa, she like, yeah. I'm too cold, she bad. I talk slow, she talk bad. I show her she got her eyes on me. Hey, little baby, roll the dice for me. Hey, I know you think you're the type for me. Whoa, but I know all these hoes ain't right for me. Hey, whoa, I know you like to talk, so baby, don't talk back. Please don't talk back. Please don't talk back. I know my heart too cold, baby. Please stand back. Please stand back, please. Yeah. I talk so, she talk back. I'm like, whoa, she like, yeah. I'm too cold, she bad. I talk so, she talk back. I talk so, she talk back. I'm like, whoa, she like, yeah. I'm too cold, she bad. I talk so, she talk back. She a heart stealer, no hard feelings. She think I'm a high roller, she card dealing. People blowing in the wind like Bob Dylan. She think I'm a Superman, but she my villain. Talking to me, she saying it slow. Think I'm a gamer, and I think you a hoe. Ain't hard to see, don't take no promo. I style hard as like my soul. Think you crazy in the skull. I think you hate me, that's okay. Should probably dig yourself a grave or get yourself up out my way. Ooh, I like the way you say it to me. Ooh, I like the way you talking to me. Ooh, I like the way you looking. Wow, yeah. Don't talk. I talk slow, she talk back. I'm like, whoa, she like, yeah. I'm too cold, she bad. I talk slow, she talk back.
Whoa, you see that slow-mo in the end of the song? Wow, that's like the slow-mo of the NFT marketplace right now. Some of these generative projects. Peace, beloved, peace. It's your homie, Young Content, the unofficial sensei of the culture, mastering youthfulness and contentment and NFTs. And I got the OGs, aka the gurus, aka they're part of Mortal Kombat. One is Scorpio, one is Superman. Sub-Zero. Welcome to Nftsniper and Chill, episode 20. What's up, boys? Or I should say, D-Gens.
What's going on, gentlemen?
I think I would be. I think I would choose Raiden. He was like Mortal Kombat 1. He was my go-to. But Sub-Zero also.
You look like a Kano, dude. If you just did the Deathbot thing going on over your eye, you look like Kano action going on.
I mean, it's true look-wise, but in my spirit, I'd rather be the Lord of Thunder.
Shout out to Stack Gaming. I never seen you in here before, but Taco Bell to you too, bro. What's up? Welcome. Chat start filling in. Walshy, what's up, bro? How you feel? What would you be? You would really be Sonya Blade?
I was actually a Raiden fan as well when it came to Mortal Kombat.
Hey.
For real?
Yeah, no, I was definitely a Raiden
fan. That whole push forward shit, cheesy, bro. Too cheesy for me, bro. I couldn't even flip over it.
Yeah, well, that's what people say when they get their ass whooped by Raiden, so.
Jeez,
Combat movie was fire, by the way, if you boys haven't seen it yet.
You talk about the new one?
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it. A lot of people I talked to didn't have the same sentiment, but
for what it was worth, I mean, it was decent. I definitely went to the movie theater actually go see it with a buddy of mine. We were joking because you could watch it. I think it was on HBO Max or something. You could watch it for free if you were streaming the service. And I was like, I went over. And he was like, oh, blah, blah, this and that. We hadn't seen each other in a while. He was like, I was like, I could watch it for free, but we could go spend $30 at the movies. I'm like, let's fucking go. Because you know what we did, Walshy, so.
Yeah.
Guys, I got to get some stuff out the way. July 9th, new toy comes out. We got a new emoji con in the Discord. Discord is growing. It's still growing steadily, you know what I mean? It's a private little dojo. What else? I've been aping into NFTs all week that I didn't want to ape into. Probably regret it. I'm pretty sure you guys are feeling the same way. Walsh, you want to start us off with the hot news, bro? Because you always do, bro.
Yeah, for sure. To be honest, I don't have a whole lot of hot news this week.
Hot, sexy,
I
Krispy
probably
Kreme
jumped
news.
to more bad projects that week that I can share than good. Let's look in my wallet here and I'll give you a little rundown. So, folly number one, I jumped into a sewer rat a couple days back. The reveal took place. I got a sewer rat that had not bad stats actually, but
You actually got a sewer rat, dude? I got 8. I think I did the wrong move.
how did you do?
I got all 1700 rarity, but I feel like because they haven't released all their count yet. That's why these rarities are.
Well, they didn't even sell out, right? So
Yeah, there's still
I'm pretty
5,000
sure
left.
you can still go and roll the dice on the primary market. So I mean, there's not a whole lot of incentive to buy off the secondary at floor price, unless you're going to buy off secondary for something obviously above floor price with some rarities. Myself, I'd probably just be more inclined to go and mint one if I was going to, but I certainly wouldn't advise that.
I like their art. I just people saying that with Guttercat's rats coming out, they're gonna be the nail in the coffin. But I feel like can't all these rats just get along, dude?
And you know what? I shouldn't say a folly. Like, there's nothing wrong with. I don't want to say anything against like the art of the Sewer Rat Club because I don't mind it. I think it's better than some of the other projects we've seen sell out. I just didn't really give my due diligence. I was being a bit too much of an ape this week because I was trying to compensate for missing out on gutter cats. If I'm being completely and 100%
that's
honest with you
transparent.
guys.
Which is it's human, man.
Because gutter cats this week, I'm sure it's going to be a topic at some point throughout this podcast, have gone from, I believe 0.6 was the floor when I started looking at wanting to get one.
Yeah, we were looking that night. It was just a couple nights ago, the weekend.
Yeah. And then now it's up to close to 2 ether floors. I think it's like 1.82. It's kind of teetering on the border.
Which is crazy, but we saw it coming. We try to pull you into it. We were looking at one night and we are trying to get the fucking bonsai sold, but
yeah, the bonsai did sell, by the way, but for much less than I would have liked.
And why did you sell the bonsai? That's crazy.
Well,
I thought they had the water token and all this crazy utility coming out, and they
that's
were
why
going
I
to be in
sold
crypto voxels and
that's why I sold
your grandma's fucking virtual backyard.
I bought it because I thought that the water token would be introducing something new to an NFT collectible project, and I thought that that'd be something that would be worthwhile. It's something I'd hang on to. I wasn't going to sell it, but honestly, I feel right now that the team seems to be pushing off the water token, and it's getting into an area right now where I'm just not comfortable hanging on to it any longer. I'd rather cash it in for something else that might be profitable or might be worth hanging on to.
Like a chicken derby?
I didn't buy any chicken derby. I'm probably not going to, because I also bought a Mad Cat Militia this week.
Ooh, that was a hot project that really wasn't that hot off the gate.
Well, and again, it was my fault not using my due diligence. I should have been looking at the contract to see how many were being minted. To see if they were being minted at a rate where they were going to sell out in a timely fashion. I didn't do that. I just bought in as soon as the gates opened up. As a result, they didn't end up selling out. So at that point, it doesn't really matter if you get a good one, because people are more likely to just go and roll the dice on primary market as opposed to throw bags at mediocre NFTs that are already on secondary. That's my opinion. So another project that didn't sell out that I'm probably going to bag hold on.
Hold that thought. Shout out to Brad the Third. So many terrible purchases this week. Yes, we see the Taco Bell. Let me check Fader real quick for people in there. All right, Fader, you're fucking slack. Yeah, what was the third one you're saying?
What was that now? I said Mad Cat Militia. Let me refresh my wallet here, boys.
Where you said sewer rats.
And yeah, there was a third project that I did buy into, but I don't want to say it was a bad project because it actually did sell out, and the floors aren't that awful.
Was it Deadheads?
No, I missed that one. I missed all the good projects this week. Anything that's sold out, I don't have, with the exception of Forgotten Rune Wizards. I got one of those guys out of the NFTX pool, which is now in version 2, by the way. So you can pay a 5% premium to hand pick the NFT you prefer out of the pools rather than just rolling the dice blind.
Ooh.
Little alpha leak.
Someone said Fame to Claim said, how you not inviting me on the show? Feel disrespected. Fame to Claim, one day. All right, don't feel disrespected. You're here. You're in the dojo. It's some good vibes.
All
We got a
love.
bonsai. We got Tupac right there in the corner. It's vibing. Yo, didn't you Deadstock did some nice sniping on OS OpenSea for Madcat Militia because you kind of were the more contrarian and
Oh yeah. Last night I actually did the opposite of what Walshy did. Like instead of jumping in right away, I saw that they weren't selling, so I was like, well, maybe I'll do one lottery pick. So I figured they were going for 0.08. At the time last night, I went out last night, caught up with some family, friends, and stuff. And when I got back, it was probably like I'm on Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. and probably like midnight, 1 o'clock, and 2 o'clock or whatever it was by the time I'm on the computer. And I'm looking at it. I see that they got about 1,000 unique holders. I'm seeing that they're about a third of the way sold. I'm like, this shit ain't selling out quick, but it is a third of the way sold. I was like, let me throw something at it. And so when I went on OpenSea to research it, I was like, okay, they're going for 0.08, but these people are selling under 0.08 right now. And I saw that the reveal to get yours revealed, you had to be in the first 3,000 placeholders. So I spotted one that was under 3,000. It was like 0.074. I said, okay, I'm gonna risk the biscuit on this one. Not like it's a big risk, but I threw it up there, grabbed it. It popped up this morning, and I mean, it's not bad looking. It's a chill looking cat. Got the uniform on with the Bitcoin medal. Got these. It's a ruby fur with got the earring. It got nice little accents to it with the blue whiskers, which looks nice. Got the sunglasses on and a bullet.
That's like a 10 trader, dude. That's just fucking valuable.
I don't know if it's valuable, to be honest, but I won't go that far at this point. But it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 trader. But it does have 11 traits. It is only a foot soldier. It is not a general or any of the ranking people, but it seems to have a 1% at the moment rarity trait, which is target eyes, which you can't even see because it's wearing sunglasses. But you know what? I'll take it. I grabbed one, which I will say I'm more pleased with the art on this one than and not to knock the project. I see that there's a Cool Cats project that came out by a cartoonist, or he used to go by the Cat-toonist, pretty chill dude, pretty chill art. I was like, they were selling them for 0.06. And again, just arbitrage. I saw that because of the community, they lowered it by a third to 0.02. And I said, okay, well, maybe I'll grab a banger because you know me, I'm not trying to flip these. So whatever I get, I'm just going to hold on to. So I grabbed two of them, 0.02 a piece, 0.04 ETH total. And I'm not gonna lie to you, they're like the lowest of traits, like the lowest of not quality in the art, but just like there was really nothing special that I pulled out from there.
Yeah,
but,
with all this shit going down, I had to wear the
two
official
because they
cat
said
shirt.
breeding.
You feel me? Look at that cat shirt.
Yeah. That's a
I'm seeing you, son.
Demonized.
If I put this high enough, I could be a mutant. You see, and I could sell myself for $1 million. You feel me? 3-eyed mutant, young.
We'll turn that into the young NFT right there, young cat. We'll call
it. Yeah. So, I've been going into all these discords, and I've been taking a torch with like extra lighter fluid, and I've just been saying, "Burn this shit to the ground."
I love it.
This shit needs to be burned. There's no fucking way that this. You want to be cool? Well, now you be cool. Don't be like Pirates Booty Club and burn. Be like the first thing that people want that was hyped that didn't sell. What do you guys think about that? Burn your shit, bro. I feel like you would be on the Litecoin of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin.
What they should do is they should go ahead, and if you don't like what you have and it also matches like a certain criteria, like it's not super rare or something, they should let you burn it to get another one. And that way, you know what I mean? That way it creates scarcity, and also you get the chance of getting something else that's like really tight. I mean, some of these NFT projects definitely have to start thinking outside of the box. And like we always talk about, stop doing like the 10,000. Gutter Cats did the 3,000. It seems to really be working out for them. But also introduce like some burn mechanism. That way, okay, Mad Cat Militia, you guys aren't selling out. You're supposed to have 10 factions. Obviously, it might be a long-term thing, but maybe break it down to 8 factions. Usually playoffs are like, playoffs in the sports are 8 teams, and then 8 to 4 to 2 to 1. Maybe we can get that going, maybe get it down to at least 20% burn. And so I'm with you on some of these. They could figure it out and make it work. And I know they want to make their money, but let me tell you a secret, projects. If it's not selling, you're not gonna make money. So
There's no demand.
Get the demand.
There's no demand. Now you're gonna have to call the mafia. You're gonna have to call Tony Pacelli, and he's gonna have to fucking do a fucking backdoor deal for you.
Yeah, and it's gonna be the fucking cement shoes, the cement Jordans. Burn them, throw them in the water.
What do you think about the burn, bro? Did Avastars have to burn? Do they have to burn? Do some of these blue chip, does Hashmax, should they burn? Like, what's up with burning?
I've always been big on utility, and I think that a burn mechanic is something that a lot of projects could benefit from in the long term, right? I've seen projects that have done things like a burn mechanic where a certain portion of the buy-in cost of the NFT would be refunded upon the burning, like with Euler beats, kind of like a bonding curve. It's the sky's the limit. You can use your imagination and fill in the blanks with burn mechanics, right? You can create any kind of a reward for any kind of an action with blockchain and algorithm and coding. So it's up to the developers at this point to do something new and introduce this kind of stuff to upcoming NFT projects to keep us captivated and interested in collecting, because right now we're just honestly we're getting a bunch of trash. And the reason we keep getting it is because for whatever reason people keep buying it. Like, we keep getting these 10K avatar projects, and it seems like we're just 80% of them are selling out, so they're just going to keep coming.
But I think it goes to show you that, and I hate to say this, that the masses don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I agree.
We want people in the space, but what we're getting is the people that come in the space, and a majority of these people are good people. A lot of these people are my friends, but self-admittedly, they will tell you, I'm gambling. I'm throwing some money at this. If I lose, I'm going to try to flip it. Like, all these short-term perspective things that they're not even in it for the actual project itself. They just know this project is on Twitter. They have a Discord. They have a decent following. It's the next one on the boat. I missed out on apes. I missed out on this. I missed out on that. Let me try to get something from this. And we've all been there. It's not, nothing new underneath the sun, but it is something where even with Mad Cat Militia, like, wouldn't it be cool if you did have multiple cats and you burned 2 foot soldiers, you could get like a higher ranking officer or something, but that's not how they worked it into the mechanics. So we're just going to have to see how some of these play out, and if some of these people even introduce anything, or if they even last.
I like that idea though.
Yeah, it's because like Walshy's saying, there's some kind of utility where these foot soldiers that, I hate to put this type of example, but we'll use chess because war is too realistic. But chess, what do you end up doing? You're sacrificing pieces to get the end goal. And so you're sacrificing pawns and other stuff so that your queen, and mostly, and of course, more importantly, the king is protected. Why not sacrifice some of these foot soldiers to get some more rarity and create some stuff? But it's just something that these teams are going to have to work out, because I think a lot of them did expect to sell out quicker. And now that they're not, they have a community. But the project, where does the project go from here? And that's what we're watching right now, just like crypto.
It gets real when Cole from my fucking pickle is inside Mad Cat Militia, telling them to, like, yo guys, you probably want to burn your supply. Everyone is like agreeing with him. When Mr. Pickle comes into your Discord, you should listen. And he showed me some love in that Discord yesterday. So we might have a little pickle collab, Young Content Toy collab one day. That'd be cool. Pickle on
the pickles. Shirt. Yeah, I'm holding my pickles. I know I could have sold it for 17x, but I knew also at the same time I was like, I'm chill with Cole. Like, I don't know.
I'm buying into Cole, really.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Buying into Cole. I bought his Galaxy 69 map. A lot of this stuff is like really inexpensive stuff anyway to buy into a person that really is passionate about the NFT community. And I do consider him one of the good guys in the space. He'll call out people. He'll talk shit to Archek, Cole Ethereum, I remember Coleville, aka, but so I until he proves me wrong, I'll have his back. Again, like, I'm not going to buy everything he pushes or everything that he talks about or whatever projects he's always attached to. But like I said, for a 0.02 for the Galaxy 69 map and 0.01 per pickle, like, these were not crazy investments. For those combined, which I bought 3 pickles, 0.01, so 0.03 plus the 0.02 for its map.
Fucking,
For 0.05.
It's a deadhead.
Yeah, I could have, you could have wasted your money on one of these other projects that honestly I don't believe in. Like, it just is what it is. And you guys know how I am. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, fuck your projects. I mean, I wish you guys the well, but I gotta look out for me.
That's why your boy's toy. You got a face behind the toy. We're building the coolest playground around. All right, you see me. All right, you see the fucking animated version of me, and you see the real life version of me. And I think that's what we need. We just need more, shit that is integrated in the real and the physical, digi-physical. Walshy, what do you think about this whole generative hype wave? And can you just send somebody just to snipe it out and just hit the nuke button, dude? Press the red button.
Honestly, I just think that it's going to survive as long as it's profitable, and that's just the bottom line, right? As long as there's projects that are putting out minimal effort generative avatars or generative collectibles, whatever it might be, and as long as they're bringing in millions of dollars for a week's worth of work between 4 people, they're going to keep happening, and nothing's going to change until the community demands something better, right? And we know that there's lots of dev teams out there, and
let's get a petition going, dude.
There's lots of people out there that are capable of doing this kind of thing. I think that they just need to be kind of pushed there. I don't know. I don't know if we need a little bit of a drought to happen in order for things to get better or what, but
it's just one of those things where honestly, like, this stuff has to happen. I mean, you guys, again, I always go back to, like, my style, and I don't jump into like 90% of this shit. And there's reason, and I always get proven right, because like even when I talk to like Walshy about what we're looking for in NFTs, we can't force it. If it's not like when you were a kid and you used to play a great video game and you completed the game and like it was worth your time, you grinded on it, like it was a good game, you wanted something else like that. But it's like a TV show on Netflix also. Like, you can't force yourself to watch something just because you want to watch something. You're just gonna have to be patient and wait until a good show comes out, a good movie comes out, a good NFT comes out, just because shit's always coming out. We can't force it. This is going to be exactly what happens in this space. Of course, people are going to keep jumping in because that's just what people do. They want to be a part of something, and it's all for different reasons. It's not for any just one reason. It's a collaborative effort of emotions and reasons. And but if you're in the space, like, there's so much money to be made. I don't got time wasting it giving my money to other people. I'd rather make it for me. So
yeah, we have the whole animal kingdom now, guys. It's literally fucking Lion King in this motherfucker. So
zoo.
It's a zoo. Now what I want is a metaverse where I can bring my little animal with my homies, drink a brew, and see the little virtual homies just fucking chilling while we chilling. You know what I mean? That would be epic.
Yeah.
It's a little odd there, though. But Fame to Claim says, our avatars right now are in the nifty gateway phase of February, March with huge OE mints. 90% of those went down 80%. Too much saturation, too many kids holding bags, and getting frustrated.
Yeah, we need it. It's a cycle. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you touch a stove that's hot, and you learn that it's hot. You learn you don't want to burn yourself. Like, stop burning yourself. Or some people they might be masochistic, and they like to. I used to do it with the alarm. You put the alarm.
Naughty boy.
Just 5 more minutes, but it's like you just want to wake up again so you can hit that alarm. It's like this. So I finally realized, like, I'm gonna set that alarm. I'm gonna just get my ass up, because eventually you're just gonna have to move past that stage, and it's really just a mindset. So we'll see what happens with
a mindset or a mind fuck.
I mean, you could do both. You could do both, and it depends on what you about. People have just have a safe word if you're going to do the other one.
Someone said this is a great transition. Do you know any new metaverses coming up? That's a great question. Stacked Gaming. Shout out to Stacked Gaming for that question, because today Sandbox sold out in like under 10 seconds on their premium estate sale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
people are going aping on that. I remember DCL bloggers saying, you guys have a little bit too much supply for me, that's why I'm not in. I feel like their supply is fucking way too much, and I think people don't talk about it. But what are some of these metaverses you guys are looking at? I know you, Walshy, are big into Decentraland. People like Uplift on Wax right now, apparently, because it's Minecrafty.
I like researching all this stuff. Like, I don't own any land myself, but it's something that I'm always looking into. I've wanted a piece of land somewhere since I started into the NFT world in like January of this year that just passed. So Sandbox, I have to agree. It seems like they're doing a lot of like land expansion. They're adding islands, they're adding this, they're adding that, but I don't know if we're getting anywhere closer to Sandbox opening to the general public so that we can actually see like what's going on, if this much land is satisfactory, if it's much too abundant. Like you got to think every tiny little square is somebody's massive plot, all conjoined like that. That's huge. So
that's a lot of content for you not to walk around the whole shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but even zoomed out on that map, each one of those little squares being somebody's plot, that's a lot of plots going on, man. You know what I mean? So zoomed in, I can't even imagine.
Well, what city would you compare that to landmass wise? Because you know, if virtual real estate is gonna work, you gotta have statistically, like, it can't be the fucking United States of America type shit.
And I mean, we're dealing with a small number. Like, there's a lot of people in the NFT scene, but I don't know. I don't know if it's as big as it needs to be for the amount of plots that they have on the go in Sandbox right now. And they're probably going to be introducing more. I mean,
that's why I like Decentraland a lot too, because they don't got the most plots. Maddie will tell you all the time. It's just, I don't. One day they haven't even announced, hey, we're expanding to the fucking off grid. You know,
Decentraland and Crypto Voxels, I've always thought were kind of king as far as metaverses right now. They seem to have the most operability. You can integrate art, like anything from an art gallery to a streaming of a movie or some sort of a speech or a conference call. You can do all that kind of stuff in Crypto Voxels and Decentraland. But Somnium is also starting to kind of impress me because they actually use the Unreal Engine, which a lot of gamers would probably be familiar with. So there's a lot more realism with Somnium than there is with, say, Crypto Voxels. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how things develop. I think that there's still a market for like a V2 metaverse. If somebody was to come in with,
isn't that Terra Virtua?
I'm not sure if it is or not. I mean, I think there's room for like a better metaverse to be made right now.
I like Terra Virtua. They have some pretty big partnerships and some access to some pretty nice intellectual property that they're allowed to actually utilize themselves. So
is it a metaverse or a gallery kind of a situation?
It's gonna be both. I mean, right now a lot of the stuff that they're doing is NFTs and IP from, like, say, what am I trying to think of movies and Godzilla and all this other stuff and gangster movies like Scarface and but they have some really good stuff going on, and I would compare them. A newer version of them would end up being like a Wilder World with the wild token, stuff like that. So I think everybody's going to get in, and obviously like flavors of food, everybody's going to get in kind of where they like. And you know, Sandbox is doing their method, Decentraland's doing their method, and we're going to see where people are kind of putting it in. And like Young always mentions, these like DCL Blogger, he's kind of, you know, put his flag down on Decentraland instead of Sandbox, and you know, people are going to make their moves, and a lot of people can come on top. Just depends on, you know, what their time frame is going to be.
And I mean, it all depends what kind of a feel you're going for too. Like with Sandbox, it's pretty similar to Roblox. I've never played it. I've seen videos of gameplay, and it looks quite similar. Minecraft kind of a vibe. Crypto Voxels is going to give you more of a, I don't even know what to compare Crypto Voxels to.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, Crypto Voxels is an older metaverse, right? Like that's been around for a while. It's one of the OGs. And Decentraland, they've recently done a bit of an upgrade to their graphics. It's still not PS4 material, but it's better than it was for sure. Still lots of room for improvement with metaverse.
Yeah, I think some of these metaverses die though when Fortnite comes in, because I'm watching Fortnite streams always like at 2 a.m, and there's something appealing about being in a cult following like that. And if people are aping into generative art that everybody wants, cats, shit, like Pretty just today bought a cat. Like, why don't go where the most popularity and all the people hang out?
People
think
want
really
to do
people are
things
gonna
that
hang
more
out in
method.
Decentraland?
I found that like generative collectible projects, it seems like they sit in your wallet as a placeholder. You don't have to go like with Avastars, for example, you scroll them. It takes a bit of a work. It takes work. Like you don't just have it land in your wallet and then it reveals one day. These 10K avatar projects, I don't know if it's the gambling aspect or what it is, but people just like buying those janks and letting them sit in their wallet for whatever it is until they reveal themselves. I don't know what the allure is, but yeah, it's just
They
the way
just
that,
want that next. They want that next lotto ticket. The thing is, I think we all understand it. I mean, people should understand. I can't say we all understand. I would generalize it, but I mean, the only cream rises to the top, and there has to be some form of pyramid. That's just how it always is. There's going to be layers to it, levels to it, and not everything is going to be a CryptoPunk, which it took 4 years to get where it is now. Or even if we're looking this year's CryptoPunk, we'll say the apes, Bored Ape Yacht Club. You know what I mean? Even that, people just saw it as another project. And then when it was selling a little bit, and then obviously Pranksy bought 250, and then more people were like, oh, and then he bought like another, and he ended up buying like 800 of them or whatever, over 1,000, and then it sold out. And so these things they take flight on their own, and you just never know exactly which one it is. But a lot of times you can pretty much see, like especially when looking at yesterday, you have 3 projects who literally just probably coordinated their times of when they were dropping so that they wouldn't step on each other, but they wanted to be all around similar times. And it's like when you get to that point where that many projects are dropping, which it seems like we might even get even more of that bullshit, then that's like a telltale sign of, okay, there's a lot of shit going on in this space. I just don't want to be a part of any of it, because now that's the move for me. You know what I mean? Like I'll risk. It's more advantageous for me not to participate than it is for me to risk, say, 0.08 on each project, where 0.08 times 3, that's a quarter of a fucking ETH at that point. Eventually, ETH is going to be pretty worth it. Eventually, once it gets deflationary and everything starts moving into the proof of stake, I don't want to keep giving these people my future riches, because they come out with because they put something together. Like, it's nice that they put the time to put something together, but if there's nothing behind it, or if they're just doing charity and that's like the main draw to it, like I'll donate to charity myself.
exactly.
I'll draw my own picture, because I used to draw. I can do my own shit, and I don't even need it to be an NFT, because guess what money I didn't spend? Mine.
You don't think NFT from Twitter is going to say, hey, this is the NFT from YouTube, this is the NFT from fucking SoundCloud, and just start creating more hype for us? Or are you forecasting this yeah, because the NFT Twitter thing is kind of, if you guys don't know, NFT Twitter drop NFTs for people commenting certain algorithm. I don't know how y'all got it, but those things are worth a lot, 140, right? So do you think that legitimizes the space, or is that just another fucking fly on the wall?
I don't think it's a fly on the wall, and also I don't want to say like they're the reason that NFTs now have legitimacy. Like, NFTs are legitimate because they're NFTs, they're non-fungible tokens. They're just. But I will say I did like a lot of the Twitter NFTs. I mean, you could tell they're just not shitty NFTs. Honestly, they're not. From the egghead dude. It's like a statue on the phone, look like a Roman god with an egg, and then you got the flutter bird. You actually got the Twitter bird, which was like the furry, and it was just kind of like shivering. That looked pretty tight. And then I know they did the vitamin T, and I think I remember they did one that looked like Jello. So there was a couple of them, and then I think I remember one. There was like a card. It was like a card, and it's like spinning with the bird on it.
Yeah. Pill bottle,
I mean,
Tamagotchi.
I'm gonna go look at my Twitter right now, see if I got one. No, I didn't.
No, I didn't get one either. I saw people. I mean, look, when they dropped it, I was probably sleeping, honestly. And by the time I jumped on there, they were already giving them away. So the people that got them, I think that's freaking awesome. Just put some nice money into people's pockets if those people end up selling. Though if I did get it, I don't know if I even would sell it, because they're limited, and their Twitter's like first NFTs, and they're like legit NFTs. I think one was a Tamagotchi too.
Yeah.
So if I got one of them, I would definitely hold them, like I hold pretty much all the stuff that I get. But I think in the end, it just shows let's reverse it. I don't think Twitter making NFTs legitimizes NFTs. I think it shows the legitimacy of NFTs in general. The fact that they took the time to put together these really nice looking NFTs, and they're nice looking NFTs at that. So
The fact that they jumped on board just shows that the world is watching, and they're probably about to start hopping on board too, if they haven't already.
Yeah, because if they come up with that quality, like that shit's gonna get bought up, easy. And if on top of it, they just give them away, like they come out with like 140, and they just give them away like that, and they're just putting money in people's pockets, like that's just gonna build the brand of Twitter. It's basically like they're taking the money that they normally would have done for advertising or this and that, and they put it towards NFT development, and they give them away, and then maybe they get royalties off of those NFTs when they sell anyway. So it's just a win-win all around for the people that get them, a win for Twitter because of the publicity and the quality of the NFTs, and then the obviously for the space itself because of the fact that they are such higher quality NFTs compared to what you're seeing at this point. That it just lets people know like, oh, NFTs don't have to be a 2D thing or even a 3D thing where people are doing it. So I mean, it's better than. I did see a project. I'm not going to say its name because I don't want to promote it. I don't.
Before you leave the Twitter topic, you can't forget what it also does for somebody like the artist too, right? If they recruited some sort of an artist as a third party to do that artwork for them to make this NFT, that could also be life-changing for said artist.
I didn't see them announce the artist though. It was all in-house and they didn't announce. I mean, I agree with you. Definitely that person would blow the fuck up, but I didn't see, because I did look to see who had made these, and I didn't see any information based on them who did anything.
Bro,
who did the work.
Wouldn't it be a crazy mindfuck if Sewer Rat Social Club airdrops cats to the rats?
Would they have to drop something like they'd have to drop cheese? Or
I don't know, bro. I think it would mindfuck if we got cats with the rats, just like you guys are giving rats for the cats. You know what I mean? Just
yeah, but what do you know? What do rats normally drop? Rat droppings.
For sure, or poison. We could do poison flasks. That's besides the point. I wanted to read this breaking news today that came out. It says NFT marketplace backed by Mark Cuban raises 13 million in Series A. It's called Mintable.
Yeah, I read that too.
Is Mintable gonna be competing with OpenSea guys? Because they got Animoco brands investing in it. Maybe they have an inside partnership with that VV thing. I don't know. I think he did Lazy. Lazy is fucking trash to me. I don't even fucking use it. That's just my opinion. Lazy, come on, bro.
They have money. They're just getting in the space. Will it be successful? We'll end up finding out down the line. Time will tell. But Mark Cuban, he's one of those people where he's been successful in what he's done with his companies when he sold it to make the money, and then he bought the Mavs and that money. But the fact that he's been a mouthpiece for things that it looks like he really doesn't understand, either that or he's just a willing shill of certain stuff, and then the fact that he got into DeFi just to lose money, and then he started being like, we need regulation, like that didn't sit well because it kind of made me feel like, oh, he's just part of the agenda at this point. So I mean, it's just people with money, as always, getting into the space, and the whole gold rush thing. They're planting their flag and they're getting in because they know there's billions of dollars, trillions of dollars, well, I'll say billions of dollars to be made, and they want their piece of the pie. Will it be quality? Will it provide value? We'll see.
Bro, OpenSea is just too fluid for me, man. Psych. But I mean, I have an affinity to OpenSea because I'm an OG, and I feel, am I the Netscape generation? You know what I mean? Now everything's moving so fast in this motherfucker. So, do I like Netscape?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we're going to use what feels natural. And at this point, a majority of the people are really using stuff like OpenSea and Rarible, especially Rarible, to launch some NFTs and stuff like that. So if it ends up becoming seamless, it's what everybody's using. That's where the masses are going. That's definitely going to be, just like Twitter. A lot of people go to Twitter every day. People go to Facebook every day. People go to Instagram every day. Like that ends up being what it is, and they can fend off a lot of these other people because they were the first mover. Then that's what a lot of these projects are looking to do. They want to be first movers and get the advantage by doing it first and going fast and trying to build it quicker and better and stronger. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what falls to the wayside, because a lot of it will. A lot of it definitely will.
Yeah. Speaking of falling to the wayside, when can somebody just get rid of Slacker Ducks?
I never got into that one, Young. Can you
can get rid of it whenever you want. Send it to a burn wallet. Send it to donate it, give it away. Like
Slacker Ducks in the chat.
It's Slacker Ducks is cool. A Slacker Duck Pond, I think, is what it was called. I think some of those ducks actually look pretty chill. I personally didn't get any. I think I was working, and then when they minted, I just wasn't it wasn't a big thing to me to just get in. I mean, I have apes and I have cats and I have a whole bunch of other stuff. I have my Top Shot and all that. So it's like I wasn't a big rush to get into another animal. honestly. But I do have a couple friends, and some of their not cats, some of their ducks look really, really cool. But again, you know, once I realize I'm getting desensitized to a lot of these projects because it's another animal, it's another NFT project, it's another this, it's another that. But you know, oh, the real life version of the emoji. You know,
that's how you, when you feel desensitized, that's what you do. You take it.
The thing that bothers me the most about this week, I think, is I basically turned into the person that I always talk about and shake my head.
Verify contracts, the Walshy's famous checklist, blue check.
He threw that shit at. He said he saw volcano and buy is what he said.
I turned into that guy, for fuck's sakes.
Which, you know what, you kind of have to in the end. We talk about it and we're critical of a lot of these projects, and we're talking about how we want to see this and they should have this and they should do that. But you know, it's just like being a kid. Like, we do want to have fun. We do want to do stuff where it's like, let me not even worry about half the bullshit that I'm thinking about right now. But then a lot of times when you know, if you do that too much and you're losing money and you're just in like a true like degen, not in the joke fashion or the McDonald's joke fashion, like you're truly just like losing money and you don't have it and you're investing in things that you shouldn't be and you're just holding a bunch of shit. You definitely need to take a look in the mirror and be like, stop that shit, motherfucker. Like,
you need to put that fucking Mickey D's visor on, boy.
It brings back that nostalgia of opening a pack, I guess, right? That whole RNG aspect that we keep talking about. I mean, it does bring back some vibes from childhood that you know, most people are quite fond of ripping packs.
Yeah, exactly. So it's if at least you're honest with yourself about you're doing it and you can afford it and your foundation stuff is taken care of, your rent or, you know, your families and stuff like that, like, sure, go ahead and do it. You're probably going to waste it on, you know, food, eating out and all this other stuff. Why not get an NFT that can definitely blow up and change your life, you know? But don't trick yourself into thinking, this is the one. If I just buy enough of them, one of them is going to pop up. Like, stop that, because it's not. 90% of them are going to be bullshit.
Yeah, that's why I really think, going back to what we were talking about earlier, that's why I think Mad Cat Militia could do it. If they could make a simple game like Imposters, and you have your little battalions and shit, you don't got to make a fucking big ass Unreal Engine game.
Like, think about Alluvium. Like, think about these big games coming out in the NFT space that they would have then to compete with. You know what I mean? Like, how would they fare against those giants that, like, Axie and even things like Ethermon that are being incorporated into like Decentraland now, where you can essentially use your NFTs to battle in VR, which is going to be,
that's a great point. That would be,
and it's being worked on right now. Sorry, just to kind of interject for a sec there, Deadstock. Our NFTs that we got from Lamello, the Lamello drop, rather, it looks like the copper or the red statue, it's done a 2x.
Really?
However, the blue is only up by like 20 to 30%. So I would have been better, or we would have been better off buying multiple reds rather than at this point, what the market's showing right now, the reds are more profitable than the blue.
But I think that Chainlink and his partnership with Ether Cards is going to really pay off long term. That's a long play, especially if they start doing like evolution and changing. People are going to freak out.
Right on a side note.
That's a good observation, though. And when we think about it, what was the red ones? They were 0.01?
0.01, yeah.
0.01, and then the blue ones were 0.1. And you said they've done a 2x, which would be a 0.01 increase. But if you think about it, you said the blue ones have done about a 30%. 30% of 0.1 would be 0.03. So they've both increased about the same amount ETH wise. So
well, the blue ones are selling for like 0.13 ish. They were originally 0.1. 0.13 is what they're reselling for at this moment.
That's not bad. So it looks like either way, if you would have gotten either of these, you would have been profitable. And I think all of us got multiple. I think Young, would you get 2 blues and a red or something?
I got 2 blues, 1 red.
Walshy got 2 red.
I got a red and a blue.
Oh yeah, and then I got 2. We all got different shit, but we all got the same shit. I got 2 red and I got 1 blue. So
nice. I feel like LaMelo Ball is gonna be a very long household name. I've even heard rumors of his brother Jello Ball talking to Charlotte. And if they start playing together, guys, the fast pace that they can play in, I really believe what LeVar is saying. They might change the pace of the NBA.
I mean, LaMelo was big before he hit the NBA.
Well, I think that's the most important thing. I think buying into the LaMelo NFT is awesome because it's perfect timing where they released it. He's had a wonderful season. He healed from that break in his wrist when he fell back, which was just an accident. He fell back on the court doing a play, but he's had so many highlights. He's like Walshy said, he's been in the spotlight since he was a kid. You know, he's not a kid anymore, even though he's obviously still young. And he's performing. He's exceeding expectation. He's meeting the expectation. He knows how to deal with it. He has a good team around him. I know a lot of people knock his dad, and his dad can be a little obnoxious, but in the end, he got three sons. Two of them are in the NBA.
Never lost.
He ain't lost. So plus, with his son playing for the team that Jordan owns or partially owns, we might end up seeing that LeVar Ball versus Jordan matchup where it gets his ass whooped but Jordan wouldn't do it. I know, just for fun. And it would be like a Mayweather fucking Logan Paul fight type shit. But people would pay to see it, and they'd be smart if they did it. But neither here nor there. So I think it's a good investment, unlike the Kyle Lowry one where you would buy the Kyle Lowry NFT more because you like Kyle Lowry. He's 36. He's at the end of his career. He's already won a championship. I wouldn't be investing in that NFT personally, but I wouldn't knock anybody that likes it, especially if they're a Toronto fan or a Kyle.
You guys
Lowry fan.
You guys remember that Little John NFT on OpenSea that's virtually just dead now?
Yeah.
They're trying to hype that shit up for
Remember
such a
the
long
Little John
time, bro.
BB?
Bro, I thought it was a bubble then, and then that was pre Bored Ape Yacht Club, and I'm like, so we might keep going, guys. Didn't you say like when the shit gets fatiguing, and all of a sudden some crazy news comes out, and then all of a sudden we're back at it?
Yeah, because the cycle goes where bullshit comes out, something quality comes out, things blow up, everybody's trying to get on the coattails of that, and then it starts to die down again because it's like, oh, there is not a bunch of quality now, and people forget about even the quality projects where we're talking about stuff like Bored Ape Yacht Club, CryptoPunks, Parallel, Avastars, all the stuff that we know is going to gutter cats that we feel has community behind it, good
Shout
stuff
out
going.
to you for saying Parallel. You're the man.
Yeah, the young Marcolian over there to my left.
I'm an elitist.
To my right, but it's one of those things where we're going to see the difference, and people are going to get smarter. That's just how it goes. We're going to start seeing people get smarter about these projects, and we're going to see, just like we see now, where some of these aren't selling out. We're going to see some projects where people are just not even going to give it any fucking time of day because they're going to be smart enough to be like, oh, this doesn't meet this criteria. You know how it is. Back in the day, like we I grew up on learning the PC and the computer, and now you got the young kids. They're growing up on the tablets and the smartphones. It's like they're already ahead of the game, so they're already going to be looking at stuff way advanced than even we're looking at NFTs, and everything that we're learning, they're already going to know, and they're going to be able to say, oh, that's bullshit, or nope, we're not going to buy that one, or that's a stupid idea, or we already see based on blah blah blah, this bullshit right here that you guys can suck it, and so it'll be nice though, because it'll raise the game, it'll raise the bar, and people won't be able to just put out stuff.
Nice. I wanted to talk about NFTs in music because with Jay-Z and Tidal and Twitter, Jack Dorsey talking, it's only a matter of time when this man and Beyonce sweep the nation with some info. They got the news in their hand, they got the media in their pocket, but I think NFT music is kind of boring. Maybe I'm not that educated to it. What is holding the song? Am I getting like stars in my MetaMask wallet for every time I play the song? Am I getting like, what am I getting? You know what I mean? Because I know what they're getting. I guess like they're getting no 180 deals, and they'll be able to take control of the music in their own hands. But what the fuck? What is the hype around it though?
I think music NFTs are going to be interesting in the future because of what it gives to the artist as far as ownership of their own music and commissions on future secondary market sales, right? Because right now, as a musician, if you're signed to a label, oftentimes you don't own your own music after it's created. So your label will be able to profit from your music in the future if it's used on an ad or anything like that. Plus, they can actually sell the rights to your music to other companies and make massive amounts of money from that. And depending on the contract, you don't necessarily get much of that. With NFTs, an artist or a band, whatever, would be able to create an NFT, release it into the wild, and they could even incentivize the buyer to give them a chunk of future secondary market sales if they wanted to in the smart contract, right? They could do all kinds of neat little things like that, because in doing so,
becomes
they
a security.
Sorry, go ahead, Deadstock.
Now I was going to say it would become a security. I mean, it would be a good idea, but I think they would stick to probably giving people like free NFTs, because if again, if people...
the possibilities are endless, and it depends on where you are geographically too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is, I'm in Canada, so I don't got to worry about that shit as much. Maybe I do, and I just don't know about it. But I mean, geographically, I guess it would kind of depend on that too. But the fact of the matter is the possibilities are endless, and the fairness to the artists getting what they deserve for the music that they created, in a similar fashion to the artists and what they're doing in the NFT space right now, right?
So how do I listen to the shit? So say
if
there's only 100,000 copies, that means only 100,000 people get to exclusively listen to this, and I got to give this to the DJ when I go out at night.
It's got to be refined.
That's going to be the future, though. I think with these music NFTs, I think one, we already know the advantages of putting things on blockchain. So, you know, where did things start off with? Oh, people making mixtapes, people making records, and then people making CDs, and then people obviously going digital. We got MP3s, and they're learning how to do the streaming. But now we're going to get into NFTs. So I think in the future, we're going to end up having somebody creating technology where you're going to come up with, for instance, music NFTs or just an NFT app. And if it's a music app, then you could just have a playlist of your music NFTs, and they're going to go from there. So I think that's going to be something that we're going to end up seeing. Obviously, with being on blockchain, you can't fake them sales no more. You know, if you're selling something, you know, maybe they do something where you're minting it, kind of like where Hex is like you're minting the actual token. Maybe for the songs that are being made, like if you like these songs for a limited time, you know, during this month, you can mint this song, and that'll be, and then these are, and of course they'll release it through other platforms. There's still going to be digital purchases, you know, iTunes and all this other bullshit. So it's not like it's going anywhere. But where's everything going? They're gonna turn everything into an NFT, and eventually these songs are going to be an NFT, an album will be an NFT, and then just like Walshy was saying, there's going to be certain benefits to holding. Like, oh, you collected, you know, my whole album, and you have 2 albums. Like, we're going to give you, you know, a free exclusive, this remix of the hit that came out, like, and only you and certain people are going to get it, or that type of stuff. So I think we're going to see a ton of that stuff with the music, and it's just going to be the beginning. We're going to see movie NFTs and everything. It's just going to be something where there's going to be programs and websites that are going to be playing and apps that are going to be playing these NFTs, and it'll be as seamless as us going to YouTube and clicking the video, or a music player and clicking the song you want.
Yeah, whoever comes out with that generative, now this 21 with all like the generative art playlists and shit, like of say the Gutter Cat band or the Bored Ape Yacht Club band. Yeah. And it's just on this now thing that we could go now 1, now 2, now 3, now 4, now 5, now 6. I think
with
that
the
would probably be great.
Faces on the front, yeah, with the Avatar faces on the front.
Who wouldn't want that?
Tight. I would. I'd buy it. I'd buy that over a ton of these projects right now.
Yo, Walshy, what happens to these tiny boxes, bro? That shit fucking what? I wanted some generative art AI. The thing is that still doing good? Tiny boxes.
Tiny boxes, in my opinion, was a good project. I mean, they're fully on chain, the metadata and the images, which it's a big thing.
My fucking Gallery Zero pieces finally showed up, and they look all right. But damn, bro, like even that, all these.
Yeah, you can't compare tiny boxes to Gallery Zero, though. They're two different realms. I mean, tiny boxes, they were put, like I say, they did the images and the metadata on chain. They were a self-curate. Were you able to curate your tiny boxes, or were you just assigned a random?
I curated them. I curated them for sure. I have 2 of them bad boys.
So it's not only generative, but it was a self-curated generative art project, which there's not a whole lot of those floating around. You weren't just assigned something that you had no say in making, right? So that's kind of unique. The stars might not have aligned. The markets might not have agreed that it was as great of a project as I thought, but I mean, they made a high quality project nonetheless. It just, some things catch on and some things don't, as we see.
So shit, Jeremy says, gotta check my Gallery Zero now. What a flop.
Yo, if anything,
Deadstock, you're the one that told us about this bullshit.
Yeah, I did. I'm
just joking. You're cool.
I take it on I put it on my shoulders, but I've done so much good for you guys. I'll take one. I'll take 1 L for a billion wins. But yeah, that shit sucks. And Gallery Zero, fuck you. You bums.
Fucking bums, bro.
Young got us back for the Gallery Zero with Elon Tusk.
Yeah, actually, I wasn't gonna bring it up because it's just, but now that you brought it up, like, bro, what the fuck are they doing? Like Upshib is like their Telegram is like rocking out every day and they're talking to the people. eTusk is like, we're gonna do a meme and then we're gonna do a lottery thing, and then like I went
Go
to their
kill
Twitter.
yourself.
I think it was,
At least I fucking did $100 on that bullshit. It's not
yeah,
financial advice.
yeah.
They posted was like June 6th.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's almost gonna be a month where they haven't even posted anything
Oh
on
man.
Twitter. It's like we
And
get
they
it.
raised some capital. That's why I fucking hate fucking like when Bonsai's like, hey, we got like Mad Cat Militia was like, we're gonna go to sleep now. We got family to take. Bro, like it's a fucking drop day. Like you better fucking coordinate some naps. I don't know. Just you're not gonna go to sleep on your fucking project when people are like high demand.
Yeah,
Just like
yeah,
Bonsai.
I don't understand that either. Like we get it, people in different time zones, but if you're gonna drop, you should set the next 24 hours for dealing with whatever the fuck happens. Sell out, not selling out, complaints, bullshit. Like, don't do that shit because it's whack. You're putting out a project, you're asking for money, you're making promises, and while there's no guarantees, like that's not your best foot forward. If you're like, oh, okay, well, we did the drop now, we're gonna go take a rest. Like, we're the ones that should be able to take a rest. Like, we're gonna go rest and not deal with any of the bullshit. Have people in discords and handle your stuff, because it just goes to show that maybe, and I'm not talking about Mad Cat Militia, I'm just talking in general about any team, but just like, what the fuck were you thinking, and who raised you?
For real, bro.
And I have to agree with that because I mean, I've seen too many dev teams like pull an all-nighter because something went wrong that was beyond their control, and they'd stay up all night just to make sure that everybody was done right by. You know what I mean? Everybody was refunded, or everybody was at least reached out to and spoken to. So many teams have gone out of their way to do that in the past that whenever one doesn't, it's just like, it's like a slap in the teeth.
Even with the FUD with Gutter Cats, I mean, the drop wasn't perfect. They definitely dropped 30 minutes early. People were not expecting it. They had two minted, and we don't know what the fuck ever happened with that. I don't know personally, and I'm not going to speculate. People wasted gas, which is, never a project's fault. People have to realize that if you're jumping into these things, you either pay enough gas or understand that you're probably going to lose it. But they did do a refund, which was very gracious, and again showed the heart behind the team of the people. And that's why it was
Yeah,
nice.
And they made less money than average. Like
made
10K.
less money than average. And
Yeah.
and the fact is, you see the strength in the community of the Gutter Cats right now. They're really the only other ones that are stacking up to Bored Apes. And while there's been a lot of mistakes on a lot of projects, it's not always how shit happens. It's how you handle it. That it's just the way it is in life. Things are going to happen. You're not going to be perfect. Things will go unplanned, and it's how you handle it.
You know why I think things are happening? Because ever since I didn't drop the NFT Guru 3 video, we've been having bad luck in the space. I think the NFT Guru. Just joking. Fame to Claim says, let's be honest here. A lot of the mistakes made in recent drops have been amateur level mistakes and lack of communication. Yeah. Bulls.
Yeah, he ain't lying. Fame's right. I mean, a lot of the stuff you see, it's like stuff, it's preventable stuff. It's literally that shit that you should have learned from all these other drops. They're like, we've learned from other drops, and then you pull the same type of shit. And again, just speaking in general, but it's crazy that, they always say, learn from the past or you're doomed to repeat it. And you see a lot of these projects pulling the same crap. Like a lot of these projects can talk to each other. Y'all can literally just reach out behind the scenes, DMs, say, hey, I want to show love. I like this. What did you guys notice in this? Or what did you see in this? And like, figure it the fuck out. Just because you want to drop on a certain date, like a date doesn't mean anything. If you're just going to drop some bullshit, there's going to be projects that drop after today that are going to be shit. Just like there's going to be projects that drop after today. Can somebody check if that
Cool Cat sold out? Because if they did, I'm going into Mad Cat Militia with a fucking vendetta.
How many do you have with the? I thought you bought like what, 6? Cats?
9.
Damn, 9 lives. Bang bang. And did you get a general?
I got a sergeant. I didn't get shit, bro. I got like 5 foot soldiers and 1 sergeant. And then Treacherous got a fucking colonel.
Oh, he did? That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, they're about to sell out. No way. Cool Cats is about to sell out? What the fuck, bro? I'm fucking done.
You know what? I do have some stuff I do want to talk about, though. Just like
I am done. I am so pissed, man.
Don't even worry about why you didn't buy any.
No, I just fucking don't understand why these stupid projects, like, I feel like if you under deliver, you're gonna sell out. But if you're talking about games and bullshit like that, you're not. And I think that's what MCM killed himself.
I think that's actually a good point, because when we talked about this, I think it was either last week or 2 weeks ago. I told you when a project starts adding more details to it, in the sense of like let's just go back to fucking pandas and all three of them, because I don't own any of them. I'm not knocking any of them. Some of the art looks good on one of them, but I'm not going to say which one because whatever. But we got like basketball pandas, we got golf pandas. I think it was golf pandas, look kind of beastly. But and then you got the pirate panda bay. You got all these pandas.
Pirate
right?
Panda Bay just sounds stupid.
Well, look, I ain't gonna argue with that when you win this argument hands down. But you got all this shit, and then you start adding extra stuff. So instead of people just kind of falling in love with the art and with the idea of seeing themselves in the panda, of the different clothes, of the different traits and shit like that, now it's got to be a basketball panda. Not knocking the basketball pandas, just saying like now you're basically niching yourself to people who like basketball. Because somebody who would have said, "Oh, I wanna get it," oh no, I don't like basketball. Fuck it, golf pandas. I like the pandas, but I don't like fucking golf.
Oh,
And
what about the disc golf?
The disc golf, I mean, I'll fucking rock some
Disc golf roaches.
I got the well, shit. Somebody come out with some disc golf roaches, just something off the wall that would probably actually end up selling. But then you just do something like apes or cats, and you just put a simple backstory behind it, and you let the imagination go with the community. That's something where people can get behind, because it leaves it open ended. It's like in sales when they always teach you don't ask yes or no questions until you're trying to isolate somebody down somewhere. To help them make a decision, of course, not to force them into a decision, but you don't ask yes or no questions. You ask them open-ended questions. That way they tell you the fucking information, and that way you can help them fucking make a good decision with them. You know what I mean? If you're just asking yes or no questions, you're almost expecting already what they're going to say. And there's only two answers with that shit. So.
Yo, there was a great question. Great point, Dad. Fame to Claim said, and Walshy, this is probably for you. If you could invest 5 ETH in only one of the 3 things going forward. Number 1, avatar projects. Why would you say that? Number 2, high-end artist NFTs, fuck render, dot pigeon, pack. Number 3, just ETH.
That's a honestly, I'd be
5
kind of
ETH.
stuck. I'd be stuck between just keeping the ETH and the art, to be honest.
Yeah, because
High-end art
because
and
what? Because the art movement is coming back? Because it's been underground?
I just think that
ferocious
some of those
selling at the
higher-end
auctions and all this shit happening?
I just see some of those higher end artists maybe trending in a similar fashion to, well, we know that Ether can double. Like it was double not long ago. So I don't know, maybe just holding the Ether. That's
not the fuck renders projects?
Well, in order for me to justify that purchase, I would have to be able to be confident that it was going to at least double. You know what I mean? Just because of what I've seen Ether do recently. And
wasn't fuck renders the guy who created the bonsai?
No, he's going to be creating the fuck crystals that I keep talking about every week.
Oh.
But he does a lot of people's CryptoPunk edits. You'll see CryptoPunks that are done like sideways and 3D with like pink snakes crawling over them. They're 3D and they look really hyper realistic, kind of shiny. Those are fuck render edits.
Damn.
So it's him.
I mean, I think fuck crystals could flop or it could not.
It could, but I mean, it's going to be an art project with utility, right? With I'm assuming contract mechanics. So it'll be something interesting regardless. And I think that fuck render has enough like high-end collectors that it shouldn't be an issue. I think that some of his collectors are probably the type to buy multiples. We'll see. I'm just speculating, guessing, right? I don't know. I know I'm excited for it though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll probably do what he did. I'll probably just keep it in ETH, honestly, because I mean, it's already what I do anyway, right? I mean, other than making some educated investments on, and sometimes I feel I don't even want to call them investments, but you know, I got in on the apes when they're like 0.4. I grabbed my other 2 apes, and you know, I probably spent 1.4, and that's probably been a crazy return with the apes and the dogs and what they're worth now. That 1.4 probably turned into what, like 20 something ETH at this point if I wanted to sell it.
Guys,
I know a good investment.
I know the perfect strat. I know the perfect strat that we need to do so we could go viral. We need to go to Joe Biden and we need to show him a bored ape with a death bot and then the kennel next to it and be like, dude, what do you think about these arts? And just have him just spew pure bullshit and then let that shit go viral. And then all of a sudden, you know, we get back on track to, you know, moonage. What do y'all think?
We have him and Trump debate about NFTs.
Yeah, dude. Why don't we just do that? We need some
So-
type of catalyst, all right, guys? I'm fucking fatigued. I actually just don't want to even look at the computer anymore.
Young,
Honestly,
now.
oh, go ahead, Walshy.
I did a degen thing just now.
What?
You bought a cool cat.
I bought 3 cool cats.
They're about to sell out, bro. That's so fucking sad. I fucking hate that shit, bro.
I might if you bought 3.
How many of the supplies? Somebody show me this
There's
contract. This is
40
live.
left right now.
Huh?
There's 40 left.
Oh, there's only 40 left. That's so funny.
What the fuck?
They're gone. They're sold out.
Did you get any young?
Hell no, bro. I'm about to go to Mad Militia. I said if another cat project sells out today, you're gonna get fucking the vengeance.
That's so funny. I ended up buying. I bought two of the cool cats because I was like, once they dropped, I'm like, this might be a steal. Like, I mean, think about it. Like, mine are shitty ones too. I probably won't even be able to get my money back. But 0.02, I ain't even mad at it. Honestly, I was like, I got them. All right,
you're gonna find me in there. You're gonna find me in their Discord. I'm gonna be fucking making memes. They already got the full young effect coming out for. I swear.
I think
this is not cool.
I think it's just exciting that the projects that we do really enjoy are continuing to give back to the community. I mean, obviously with the announcement of the guttercatgang with the motherfucking gutter rats, and I think that's going to be awesome. What I will say also is that the same way that the dogs really worked out for the apes, I do like the fact that they added an extra wrinkle to the rats where holding on to both the matching cat and rat IDs. They don't have to be matching visually, but I know people are probably going to go after that. And I mean, I like the art for both the apes and the cats, but holding both the matching cat and rat IDs, which you're going to get. If you have a cat, you're going to get a rat. It's going to be a matching ID. It's potential benefits down the road, you know, for you that end up doing that. And
I'm getting the ID that my cat is in.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're always going to get the ID. I mean, you get the ID based on what. Yeah, so if you're gutter cat, you know,
1377, yeah.
Yeah, 1377, you're going to get rat 1377, whatever that ends up being. And they made it a point to announce that stuff because they said the gutter cats will be the only, obviously, NFT that can expect to receive higher quality NFT dividends. So as long as you have, but if you sell your rat, somebody who buys the rat won't be entitled to get the drops, kind of like we've been getting the drops for. You know, we got the Decentraland hoodie for the Bored Apes. We got the dogs being able to mint, just had to pay gas for the apes. You know, but if you have the dog, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be able to do certain things just by having a rat or by having the dog. So obviously having the core NFT is going to be the power, the piece de resistance.
Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Guys,
Oof, oof.
Is there anything we're missing? Because your boy got to go do a Pilates class. And you know, I'm probably gonna go show my hot Pilates teacher about NFTs, but she probably's gonna kick me out. But
I do want to cover like just really quick stuff.
Uh-huh.
So one, I want everybody to just stay diligent. There's a bunch of people, especially on Twitter, because that's where it's prominent, where they're using, for instance, somebody used a Bored Ape as their avatar. Wasn't their Bored Ape so that they can push out their shitty project. And I saw, you know, they commented on one of my things, and I went to go look at it, and I was like, because usually ape follow ape type stuff, you know, okay, I'll go follow you. I looked at it though, and I was like, this account was just made last month. They only have 23 followers. I looked at the followers, and like, I know 8 of them. I know 8 of the followers. So I sent out a message on Twitter. I was like, yo, watch out. I was like, it looks like a fake ape trying to shill a new project. Be careful, fam. And I showed a picture of their Twitter profile, and I went on OpenSea and I took a screenshot of the actual person who owns the ape, and it's not the same person.
Good shit, bro. Way to audit up.
So audited that. I want to give a shout out to Voxodeus because even though they, I still feel like they said they spoke to lawyers, and I'm not going to get on them because I do like the project, I like the team, and they've done a good job. But I still don't understand how maybe they didn't understand the whole giving royalties away. But they fixed it in the sense that now they did 2 things that I really like. And Walshy, you know, I've mentioned this to him before. They promised the royalties. They're not going to be able to do that anymore. And then they had the FOMO curve pricing. Well, they fixed both of that officially. They flattened it. So now anybody who got Voxodeus moving forward will only be paying 0.3. You know, anybody that paid who paid 0.5 and 0.9, they're coming out with fixes for them. where I think the 0.9 people are going to get a free Voxodeus character.
That's awesome.
And the 0.5 people by paying only 0.1. So it's like they pay 0.6 for two of them, but just pay 0.1 more and you're going to get another Voxodeus, which you paid 0.5 for one. Why wouldn't you pay 0.1 to get an extra one? And now you have two. You could even sell it for all that stuff. And so I just want to do a big shout out to them because they did their due diligence, even though it was a little late, better late than never.
Yeah, and they're still present. That's what you want. As long as you're just still present, it's the little things, dude.
And they're partnered with Sandbox. I mean, I really believe in the team. I like the project. I do have one of the characters, and when I'm eligible to get one of the other ones, I'm gonna get the free one or whatever, or not the free one. I pay the 0.1 because I did pay 0.5. I almost got in during the 0.3, but I think I missed it. And then I was like one of the first people to get the 0.5. And then I was like, oh, it's worth it with the royalty. And then after they
Can you give me a quick one-liner what Voxodeus is?
Yeah, sure. Voxodeus is basically, they're like there's only 6,400 of them total. They're unique, voxelated, interactive, 3D collectibles. They're basically characters that you're not only own as an NFT, but you're actually going to be able to use in the metaverse as your character, like say in Sandbox or, so I got like a samurai, ninja looking kind of dude, old dude with a beard.
Can you link me that?
Like
I want to see it.
Oh, you want to see it? Yeah, I'll link it to you. I'll send it. I'll put it in the dojo. So I just want to do shout out to Voxodeus because that's pretty cool. And then last but not least, going back to the people trying to utilize Bored Ape IP.
Dude, Hector has so many fucking cats.
Yeah, it's a lot of cats. There's a project, and I'm not gonna say their name because I don't want to give them publicity, but I will say that they were trying to be slick because they came out on their NFT with one of the traits being a Bored Ape Yacht Club shirt. It's a black shirt with literally the Bored Ape skull in the middle and the BAYC. Like it's literally Bored Ape Yacht Club. Like there's nothing changed. And I'm like, I put it on Twitter. I'm like, yo, Bored Apes, Yacht Club, you chill with this? Like, do they have your permission to be pushing their NFT with your shirt on it, with your IP on it? And one of the guys responded. He's like, yeah, Bored Apes, let us know because if not, we'll burn it and we'll replace it for the holder.
We should have let them know first, you idiot.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like, yeah, like stop. Why like people? I can get if you're going after like with the Slum Doge billionaires, like the Jets or the Yankees or AC/DC or some of these other things, because those are big brands that really they're not even paying attention at the moment. Because once they do, they could put cease and desist orders and make you burn all your shit. That's really just the truth. Because but in the end, I was like, don't be knocking on these guys that just, they just started out. They've been out 2 months. You're riding the hype, and now you're one of your traits is their shit that you don't even own. It's not even like the picture of an ape that the person owns or the person in the project owns. It's literally Bored Ape Yacht Club. Like you don't own that shit. That's not cool. It's like come up with your own shit. Don't use it to hype up your own project because it's dumb as fuck.
Jeremy said, isn't Voxy's doing this, but also have a real game coming out in a couple months as far as the meta crossverse?
Yeah, I believe they are.
I do like Voxy, as I think my homie Danny Ukes, he was a big Voxy guy, so I'm a believer. But yeah, guys, that Pilates class. Walshy, what do you got anything to say to the people? Any projects you want to shill? Any guru thoughts? You fucking guru.
Just to be diligent, Josh. Like I kept saying in this week's podcast, I was voicing a lot of frustrations this week because of all of the trash coming our way, but it's my fault at the end of the day for buying what I buy. Everything that I say is just my own frustrations with myself. So don't get discouraged. Just stay diligent and buy into what you think is going to be successful moving forward. Do lots of research and consider treating it like buying into a business. Do you see this project as being a well-working, oiled machine in the future that's going to generate interest and engagement among the community members? Or do you see it dying out after launch? Just be smart, do a little bit of extra work, and hopefully success will come your way.
I love that, bro. Deadstock?
For sure. I linked that Voxodeus in the Guru Dojo for you to check out. And then, yeah, my statement would be just to keep it simple, honestly. Like the space is a place where you can definitely make a ton of money. You can have a lot of fun. make great friends like we have here, be part of a great community, group of people, multiple groups. You know, not everybody has to be in the same group, but do your due diligence, do your own research, and remember that a lot of times people think like, oh, I can only lose and win. And there's always a third option where it's like you don't have to participate. Just because something's coming out, you don't have to get it.
I love that.
Like
you don't have to participate.
You don't have to participate. You can literally just watch and not put yourself in the shuffle. It's like sometimes, you know, with traffic and stuff like that, you don't have to fucking go that route. You could just be like, fuck it, I'm calling. You know, if you need a rest day, you working so hard, and you're one of those people like you take a day of rest, call out.
Yeah, go get you a Tropicana juice and go to the motel and just chill.
Right, go watch a movie. Like, you know, do this shit that you might not normally do, even if it's literally not participating stuff. That way you can see how things operate, and maybe you really realize like, oh, I can say no because not everything's going to blow up, and I'm just going to be wasting my money. And I can have a lot more fun when I have the money and put it into something that I really want to get when it comes out.
Dude, you guys are fucking the wisest people I know. Shout out to you, Jeremy. You're supposed to be here in this box. See, it's like a Tetris thing. Walshy moves over to the left. You go to the right. Jeremy, he's doing his thing, though. We miss your perspective. You're here in spirit, for sure.
I feel him easily.
I feel him, bro. He's a mime.
And
guys,
in typical Jeremy fashion, if anybody wants to have a say after this podcast is done, feel free to reach out, and we can, well, I can certainly hop in voice chat for a minute. I don't mind.
For sure. There's a lot of people that are going to watch the VOD because that's what they do. I feel like the numbers on this episode today reflect the fatigue in the space. And it's just relative. But I would say my final thoughts is this. It's a poem. To burn or not to burn? That is the question. And we'll find it out on the next episode of Nftsniper and Chill. Live the dream, eat ice cream, and you know the saying, homies. Stay content. Peace!
This get on my DMs type song. If that makes sense to you. I mean, you know who you are. Get on my DMs, please. I talk some, she talk back. I'm like, whoa, she like, yeah. I'm too cold, she bad. I talk slow, she talk back. I show her she got her eyes on me. Hey, little baby, roll the dice for me. Hey, I know you think you're the type for me. Whoa, but I know all these hoes ain't right for me. Hey, whoa, I know you like to talk, so baby, don't talk back. Please don't talk back. Please don't talk